Oh man, oh man. Oh man. Do we have to go here? Do we really have to go here? Mm. Well, this is a sports channel, so guess I will. Now, we have the second half of the NBA season that just began last night. Just began last night. Everyone's throwing out their predictions, all the shows. First Things First, Undisputed, ESPN First Take. Everyone's throwing out, how they think the second half of the season will pan out. I'm just going to do a quick bit on my own predictions on how the rest of the season will pan out. First and foremost, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers look as though they may be, believe it or not, trending downward like they were just before the All-Star break. To be honest, the Cleveland Cavaliers just lost to the Washington Wizards at home last night. I mean, that's not, the first team or the first mediocre team that's beat them at home this season. However, they were on a roll just before that, before the All-Star break ended. So because they were on that roll, a lot of pundits were confident in the Cleveland Cavaliers to make a run. I honestly believe that they will win some games down the stretch leading up until the end of the season. However, they will have their hiccups like last night more and more often. Or just as often as they did before the All-Star break. So keep that in mind. Most definitely. Because this new lineup for the Cavs, I'm not going to lie, it does look better. Overall, it does look better. However, I feel like they still don't have any rim protection. And they still don't play good defense, to keep it simple. So, that's kind of, I wouldn't say a recipe for disaster, because they're great on offense. They score over 100 points a game, so that could help them along the way, but not that much if you can't really D up. So that's my outlook on the Cleveland Cavaliers for the rest of the season, and just the Cleveland Cavaliers for the rest of the season. However, teams like the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs, along with the Houston Rockets, they're in the West, so the general perception is that they will trend upward. But I feel like the only team that will trend upward out of those three, who are the top three teams in the West, the only team that will trend upward will be the Golden State Warriors. And I do believe Steve Kerr when he says that he feels as though this Golden State Warriors team is pretty much on the up and up. That's basically what he said the other day. I never doubt them because of the firepower that they have, which is most obvious. Why would you doubt them? They're still great on offense. They need to tighten up their defense a little bit, just as Cleveland. As far as the overall game, they do have rim protection. They do have shot blockers. They do have 3-point shooters. Guys that play well on the wing. That's their MO. So the Golden State Warriors will be the Golden State Warriors. They'll do what they do to get to where they want to be. So that's the last team I'm worried about. But teams like the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs, I believe the Houston Rockets are smoke and mirrors. I believe that they'll either trend downward this season or James Harden will choke under pressure in the playoffs again. We've seen this time and time before. It's like LeBron 2.0. Except LeBron has a cakewalk in the East. So that's a different story. a cakewalk with everyone except for Boston and Toronto. who are also two teams who I forgot to mention. The Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors, I believe, will trend upward in the second half of the season. So Cleveland may be lucky to even get a third seed in the East. The way that the East is shaping up to look right now. So, man, it should be interesting. It should be interesting. We will have more news and updates to come throughout the next few months on the NBA season. Also Major League Baseball. We won't forget about that. But as far as the NBA season and the NBA playoffs, once they start, we will get predictions. Me personally, I am hoping and praying that we don't have Cavs Warriors 4 because, I mean, just the NBA, you want to keep giving this to your fans over and over again, and you think that maybe, a product worth watching, think again. Because, yeah, fans like me are tired of it. I'm sure most fans are tired of it. So we want to see at least one new team in the finals. That's good. So don't swallow the whistle for the Cleveland Cavaliers and don't swallow the whistle for the Golden State Warriors. And keep it at that. Let the boys play. So that's my stance on that. And as far as the formats, that All-Star game, just don't ever do that again. Unless you just want LeBron to get some sense of a championship, then that's fine. But besides that, don't do that again. Don't do that again. That was very narcissistic, to say the least. But I digress. So, yeah. Again, people, SportsBug89. Do not forget to subscribe to the SportsBug89 channel for more sports news and updates. I am out. Take care of yourselves. Deuces.